Welcome back, universe, to Off the Rails podcast, our 5th episode of the 4th season.
Yes.
Woo! Coming to you live from the Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty Studios here in frigid Grafton, Wisconsin. And if you're looking to buy or sell a home, maybe a career in real estate, email my guy, Roy at cbhsr.com. Or give him a call, 414-235-0763. They'd love to be your go-to for all your real estate needs. And coming into the studio on short notice, filling in, we had to call an audible. Thank you very much, Sugar Ray Roberts.
Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray.
And also coming in, we got Will's son, Ben Krolowitz.
Yes.
Hey, thank you very much, you guys, for filling in short notice. Make me very happy. Everybody like and share. Share this episode because someone you know right now may need a laugh. So, everybody ready for some bad jokes?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys got some bad jokes. All right. A county in central China is offering incentives for their leftover women to marry unemployed men.
What?
They aren't worried about hurting the women's feelings because leftovers are always better the next day.
Especially with Chinese food. Seriously.
Yeah.
Throw a little soy on it.
Oregonians are freaking out after a new bill is passed allowing them to pump their own gas.
What?
I say we ban bidets and see if they can wipe their own ass.
Man, they haven't been pumping the gas all these many years.
No, Mark
Sons of
Metcalf.
bitches. Are you serious?
They're not allowed to.
They're
Neither
not.
does Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey was a
Jersey
big
either?
thing.
Wow.
That's
The
crazy.
government says you are too dumb to pump gas.
Oh, well, Jersey. Come on.
I mean,
We'll
it's
do
fair.
it.
That's where your mom's from, Ben.
I know.
Did you want family
Why
trauma in the
she
opening
married
segment?
Will,
Oh,
man?
it's a joke.
Where's the dumbest play? I'm either marrying a Jersey girl or an Oregonian. All right.
That's where I want to move next.
My quarterback, Tom Brady, retires after 22 years. He did it now just to upstage Ben Roethlisberger one last time. When you're retiring, what? No one will give a shit. I don't care who they replace Tom Brady with as long as it's a woman of color. I think we're due.
It's long overdue.
We are
Long
long
overdue.
overdue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa Rice going to take that job too?
Yeah. Tampa Bay
She was
Buccaneers.
supposed to coach the
Calling
Browns.
audibles.
Is she
Yes.
really?
She was supposed to be called in to coach the Browns at some
Wow.
point.
She could do it all, man.
No, she can't. She would be bad at it.
Got to get rid of the Redskins, but keep the Browns.
Can't we just call them the Skins, though?
I think so.
Big skin.
The big skins.
Big skin.
Oh,
Grande dermis.
It could have been the Redskin potatoes if they really thought about it.
It's true.
yeah.
Moved to
Bunch of
Des Moines.
skins. Huh?
No,
Move
now
them to
they're
Des
the-
Moines.
Des Moines. There you go.
The Commanders. They're going to be
Oh,
the
Idaho.
the
Oh,
counties.
Boise's.
Ric Flair breaks it off with his 5th wife.
Oh, no.
Woo! Ric Flair is a lion, Tinder profiling, life support machine riding, debt denying, missed pissing, alimony wheeling and dealing son of a gun. Woo!
I thought Ric Flair was dead.
I love that Ben was in the background, like doing the, yeah. He was following along with you, Tom.
Feeling it. I was feeling it.
I thought he was dead. Aren't they?
No,
isn't he-
everyone else is dead.
Oh, everyone else.
else. Ric Flair survived. He's got like 5 more
Everyone
wives to go
but
through.
Ric Flair.
You know how a cat has 9 lives? Ric Flair will die after his 9th wife.
Okay.
All right, slow down the divorces then.
Yeah, pump the brakes there, buddy. All right. Domino's will pay you $3 not to get their pizza delivered.
Huh?
How much to pay me not to eat it all together?
Oh.
All right. Milltown Mel, New Jersey's groundhog, dies the day before Groundhog Day. The thought of 6 more weeks in New Jersey was just too much to bear.
Oh, Jersey again. Vicky's gonna hate this episode. But like you were talking about unemployed in China.
Yeah.
So who's making the money? The woman?
They're offering incentives. So
Like
they're
what,
just giving you
groundhogs to
money.
eat?
Yeah, groundhogs. All the groundhogs.
They're good eating in China, groundhogs, I hear.
That's right.
It's special number 54.
No more taxes on tan bonds for Michiganders, period.
What? Michiganders?
Michiganders.
Or
That's what they
no
call
more
them in the
taxes on
report.
what?
Tampons.
I thought you said tan bombs.
Tampons.
Tampons?
Tampons.
No-
No more. All right.
Period. I screwed that up.
Okay.
Tampons.
I'll unfuck this
Tampon.
one.
Say
Okay.
tampon.
They have
Tampon.
been bleeding us all dry with those taxes. I think.
There you go.
There it is.
Hey,
There
that's
it
my
is.
son. Nice one.
All right. Whoopi Goldberg, mind you, claimed the Holocaust was not about race and is suspended from The View for 2 weeks.
Oh boy.
What the hell am I supposed to masturbate to now in the middle of the
An
day?
overfilled garbage bag with a mop head on top.
More like Whoopsie Goldberg.
Oh, Maui,
There we
that's
go.
right there.
Hey, there you go.
These are last minute fill-in jokes, guys.
Geez, she only said something, not like she tweeted it, right, Roseanne?
Oh, yes.
No double standards. All right.
But there was consequences for Whoopi.
Becoming the next quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Hey,
There we go. All right, guys, we're getting warmed up.
guy.
There we go.
She's built more like an offensive lineman, seriously.
Oh.
She can't run. Come on.
She could probably hold me off a
She's
quarterback for
gotten
3
really
seconds.
big. I've seen some pictures of it. It's like, oh, and I'm big. She's gotten really big.
She's in her 60s, man.
All
Cut her some slack, man.
Yeah,
right.
come on.
Meta, Facebook, or whatever the fuck it is now, lost 251 billion or 26% of its stock on Thursday.
What?
I'm just saying, I leave Facebook, its stock drops by
Oh.
26%. Didn't happen when I was there. Just giving you the pieces of the puzzle. You guys put them together.
Big skinless. They
Big
drop.
skinless.
No
Boom.
big skin. They go down.
Are you the Neil Young of
Yeah.
Facebook? Is that what this is?
I think it is what that is.
You know,
Huh.
I-
I don't think
I
it worked
leave,
out for
no one gives a shit.
look,
I'd say he's more Joni Mitchell.
I don't think it worked
listen,
out very well for
Neil
Neil
Young.
Young, though.
but Barbara Streisand too. Now they say.
Oh.
Oh no.
Like,
Okay,
who?
put
Right,
Neil Young
exactly.
and Barbara Streisand in this category. 30 and under. Who the fuck is Neil Young and Barbara Streisand?
Well, no, but
30 to 60. I didn't know they were alive.
I-
And 60 and over. What the hell's a Spotify?
right. Good joke. But this is the thing, though. When this happened, I was like, well, I'm not for censorship. I listened to Joe Rogan. I don't think he said anything that anybody should be
Will's going
taken
off
off
the
for.
rails.
But I will say this: when it
It's the name of the
happened,
podcast.
I'm like, I
I
hadn't
know.
thought of Neil Young, and I hadn't even thought of Joni Mitchell, and I started listening to this shit on iTunes,
Yeah.
and it's like, fuck, I enjoyed them. I did.
You missed them.
I'm listening to everybody.
Maybe it's
Fuck you. I'm listening to your
Squeaky
shit,
wheel gets the oil,
and I'm
right?
listening to Joe Rogan. But their music is pretty fucking
How
good.
do you have that many hours in the day that you just
Well, I
listening
can
to
listen to music while I'm at work.
Oh, you
That's
got one
how
of
I-
those.
Well,
Ooh,
that-
one of them
otherwise I
jobs.
wouldn't be able to work there if I had to listen to the people running their mouth. Trust me.
All right. In honor of Groundhog's Day, a county in central China is offering incentives for their leftover women. See what I was
Oh,
doing there?
groundhog! You did it
Oh, you
again.
brought it back.
I was doing that.
Oh.
We're just gonna relive this
I
monologue.
love how you
Hand in mind.
Hit it.
timing.
Welcome back. As soon as we had a ton of viewers, as soon as it ended, wraps it up. Welcome back, Universe, to Off the Rails podcast, episode 5 of season 4.
Season
Our
4.
first ever fifth episode of the 4th season.
Yeah.
Woo!
There we go.
And today we got Sugar Ray Roberts, comedian, podcaster, coming in, filling in late.
Does anyone ever call you Sugar Ray?
I've gotten Stingray as a
Stingray?
child, but never
Well,
Sugar
Stingray now
Ray.
that Cobra
Stingray.
Kai is big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should grow the thing.
The
Stingray.
80s. Yeah.
And coming in over here, we got Ben. Ben's getting a promotion, right, Ben? Ben Krolowitz.
There you go.
You getting a promotion? What happened?
Yeah.
Then the top guy go, and everybody just moves up a notch. Like
Oh,
in the army, you should be getting.
That's not how that works.
Are you in the running for the top job?
No.
No.
This could have been a phone call. Like you guys know each other outside of this, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't answer the phone when I call him. He
Bri-
doesn't. He'll
Brian
take a
Simmons
text.
says, "Heard of you guys for years. Finally catching you. Woo!"
Woo!
Yes!
Brian.
The Ray Roberts effect.
Oh, Brian, you know what we like to do here first?
Yeah.
Woo!
Don't. That is ear piercing.
Wow! It's the hot seat!
How about that production, huh? You
Yeah.
got that yours?
It cost a case of beer for some guy in his garage.
Cool.
All right, this was on a website of one of the most debatable topics.
Okay.
How many holes does a straw have? That's what they were debating on there, and I just want to see if we're gonna all disagree on this.
One.
It's two.
There's one hole.
It's a
It just
cylinder.
goes all the way through.
No, it's a cylinder. You take the end off of the cylinder. That's two holes.
That's two holes.
It-
Do you say one?
No, it's one hole.
You
No.
look through it. It's just one hole. It's like it's one
There's
continuous
a hole
hole.
on either side.
I was
though.
terrible at math except for geometry. I'm 100% sure that it's two
There's a hole
holes.
on either side. Ben, what about you?
I say it's the one hole.
No.
Yeah, it's one hole.
Guess we're outnumbered, huh?
Right.
I'm trying to find it here, but Neil deGrasse Tyson gave an answer.
Oh,
You trust that guy, right?
Yeah.
One hole.
okay.
He said one hole.
He said one hole.
Well, if it was a woman, he'd try to get in that.
But I
one
understand
hole against
how-
her will. So.
A hole can be long. He did have that.
Yeah, that slid
Apparently.
below the radar for a lot of people.
It
Yeah.
wasn't bad though. Did you hear the whole story about Neil deGrasse?
I don't know. I didn't.
He
know.
had a bad date with this girl.
Which hole?
It was a girl
Just
that he
the
had
one.
over for dinner, and he wanted to get romantic. She just wanted dinner. So he made like a move on her, and he started cooking the pasta and stuff in a wife beater. So he took his shirt off. And then when they were done with dinner, he like held her and said, I would like to kiss you. And she said, nah, I'm not like that. And then that was him putting her in a position because he was big.
Yeah.
But that's all that it's like. He's a nerd. He has no game. He struck out.
He's got
Listen.
game. That's what makes Neil deGrasse Tyson is he's like the
He's
the
guy.
science guy.
Yeah, he's the
He's
guy.
like what Bill Nye wishes he had, like
Right.
the swag. Like
Right.
he's got it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Popping out the wife beater is definitely a power move.
That
Yes,
is a power
indeed.
move. I wonder
Yes,
if it was a
indeed.
white one or a black one because like my friend, not like a black white beater, but
Oh,
like
here we go.
of a darker colored wife beater. Yeah, are you? Which one do you got?
boy.
Yeah. No,
It's not a beater.
It's not a white
Not a beater.
it's just a
But that's
shirt.
still a power move.
Yeah.
You've been working out there, Ben? You look like you're
No.
getting yoked a little bit.
No, that's just fat.
Oh, I'm also cultivating mass for my big,
Amen.
my big.
I would say the white. I would go with the classic white, especially man. You got brown skin, the contrast. That would have turned her on, man. She was over there for his mind.
I'm going with
kind
the
of
black
woman
one.
is
I
that?
want to look like Little Mac from Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yeah, I think the black one's the real power move. If
Do
you
you?
got that on, that I don't
Black
know.
on
It's
black?
sexier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much sexier.
Well, she wasn't about it,
Yeah. Well,
and that's all she said. She was uncomfortable, and it's like, yeah, that's called a date that didn't go well. But he
Yeah.
shouldn't be me too'd for
Yeah,
that.
no.
I don't think he got me too. I think
No, they were trying to.
Right.
me bringing it up on here is the most clout it's gotten. So
Yeah. Damn it! These are all for El May questions here. Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Ask. He wants to.
sorry.
He
ask
wants
the
the
first-
Do you
questions.
fake an orgasm to protect your man's ego?
from time to protect my own ego, I guess. Yeah.
when it's been enough already.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I've been on SSRIs
I told you guys
before.
you wanted it.
Yeah, I've been on antidepressants, and at a
Was it-
certain point, you're like, I'm just done.
Comes
You know?
with the story. Many women fake it in the bedroom to protect their man's ego.
Well, of course they do.
Yeah.
And damn it, we only have one woman to ask. My
No, not true.
girlfriend.
You faked it, mine?
I don't think you need to ask.
I mean,
Do you?
there have been occasions, yes.
What?
Look,
I'm not batting 1,000.
Tom,
Sorry.
when it's
I mean,
enough
you're-
already, and you've already twisted her ankle, it's enough already.
When
I
do
mean,
you?
he likes to be rough.
Oh, you put her in the crippler?
Puts her in
I
the
was-
crippler. He wakes her
Yeah, the
up. Crippler.
Or the what is it? The ankle lock?
Yeah, the ankle lock.
That's a Ric Flair move.
Oh,
It's definitely an alpha.
when's
Move.
the last time you faked it? When's the last time you did it?
You don't want to know.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, 6 months ago.
Working out
Damn.
issues on the show again.
Let's
Go
just
ahead,
move
Bob.
on.
Yeah, all
I,
these
I
jokes
don't.
about the
I
wires.
don't
in
remember.
here.
I don't know.
I plead the fifth.
I played the fifth. Yeah.
All right, this is for everyone here. You wake up one day and no one knows how old you are, so you get to pick your age. What age are you going with? Nobody knows how old you are.
Oh,
Not even you.
Not even me?
Not even you.
I don't know. Probably 27, 28, somewhere in there.
Okay.
21.
You're going with 21. Who
Really?
You're
21.
going to pay more when you rent a car. You should at least go with 26.
You got to be a little more mature. Come
I'm
on.
going.
You'd be
Gotta
stuck
go-
at
That was a
21.
good year for me.
I gotta go 65, man. I'm retiring right away.
That's not a bad.
Oh,
That's
there
not
you
a bad
go.
idea.
Okay.
Still with all your youth.
I'll
and your same
trade.
age.
I'll
Oh,
trade
yeah.
you right now.
Just pick a different. No, just pick a different age. What are you talking about? Trade me.
You
I'm
can
almost there.
change your ages. It's not set in stone. Fuck, it got stamped. I'm
It's just a
21.
podcast, man.
What about you?
Me? I'm going with 32.
Jeez, that's just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's 5 years ago. I'm shaving. I think I don't feel like. Okay, here's the test you got to do. You got to like run a mile. Then you got to get fucking drunk. And then you have to pick your age the next morning and be like, okay, I am 45.
How are you this morning, Ben? Speaking of,
I'm good. I just had some water, took a shower, feel good.
okay, so how old did you feel this morning?
I don't know. I probably felt my age.
Okay.
So yeah, that's probably a more honest time to ask somebody the real age that they want to be.
In
What
the
about
morning.
you, Molly? What age are you picking?
I would say probably 30. 30 is a good age.
See, she wants
30?
to be
Oh.
the same age with you. She's such a ride or die.
Jeff
Oh,
says, "Hey, ball tuggers."
Hey, the local legend.
Jeff Lampton says you should check your Facebook messages. Tom's not on Facebook; he won't get them.
He's
Yeah, you're gonna have to
Big
message me.
Skin is no
Big Skin.
longer on Facebook.
Yeah.
Send it to me. Send it to Molly.
I'm not hard to get a hold of. My phone number is on there. All right, guys. If you could regrow limbs, would it change the way you lived your life at all, or take risks?
Probably not.
Because it would still hurt like a bitch, right?
Probably, yeah.
I've never really been worried about like losing a limb ever. Like that's not something. I mean, maybe a finger if I'm using like a chainsaw, but I'm still not just gonna be like willy nilly using chainsaws.
Grabbing it.
Oh, why not, man? If it grows back.
I don't know, man. Like that's what am I gonna be on, Jackass? Like, hey, look at this. Like that's just fun the one time.
So pain
Listen,
medication.
I'd want to grow one back one time just to know, like, is it
But it-
itchy? Like,
It might take like a whole year, 6 months. You got this like little baby arm that's slowly coming in. It's totally useless to you.
dude, I sprained my
Yeah.
ankle so bad that I think the doctor would have just said, I'm back in a brace. Let's just cut your foot off. You'll be good. Because this ankle mess is going to take forever to heal. Why
I
don't we
think
just hack it off, put a roller skate on?
Listen, I'm not a medical doctor, but I think it's diabetes.
No.
Yeah, that'd be really annoying. Like, let's say you get diabetes, and then they're just like, "All right, we got to cut off your foot." And you're like,
Well,
"All right,
yeah.
guys,
Can we get them
we need a
staggered?
backup plan."
Fully
Again,
shut
really?
6 months. Like when you turn your clock back, you cut the left foot off.
Yeah.
When you turn it forward, the right foot comes off.
So I'll be healthy for however long it takes this foot to grow back.
I'd be pretty fucking good at Twister, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, the right arm, just slide your foot over there.
That would really ruin whatever mood you're trying to set by playing Twister in 2022 as
Tell
well.
me, can you give me a hand?
I don't give a fuck. I am a winner.
Good
I am
joke.
going to win.
Yeah, that's
You wouldn't be able to pick shop teachers out of a crowd anymore.
No.
I had a shop teacher with one finger too. Molly had him
Just
too.
one finger?
I
or
did.
you
Well,
missing a finger?
he's missing a finger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you say just one finger, that
I don't
really-
think it happened anywhere near a shop either, which was
My
the
brother's a
shitty
shop
thing.
teacher. He hasn't lost any of them.
Well,
not a very good shop teacher then.
No, I guess
Yeah.
not.
because you need to
You
really
gotta be-
show
I think
the
some
kids.
of his students have.
It's not helping his resume.
Yeah.
He's about to retire.
He's got a
anyway.
shop teacher with
Yeah.
all of his digits.
No,
and
now he's working at like a special school. Like he like did high school shop, and now he's working with special students.
Needs
He
to.
loves it. Yeah,
Special
special
needs?
needs.
Yeah.
And he's teaching
That's
them
awesome.
shop.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Good. All right, this happened to me this week. Did you ever think something was a myth, but it turned out to be real? And this happened to me because I thought Black Twitter was a joke or a myth. Like I thought people just said
The
Oh, Black
female
Twitter.
orgasm. That's
Twitter is for
Black
sure.
Twitter's real.
Black Twitter is real.
Didn't know that.
I've never been on it. Would you went to it?
No, I just found out there was a site saying Black Twitter was all upset about something, and I'm like, they can't report that. That's fucking bullshit. And there is a Black Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter's the best because it does. You can get into your like little segments and like your fun things, and then especially if you don't fall into that like, all right, I'm only gonna follow Black Twitter, then they're just like, here, we're gonna shotgun everything to you. So that's what I like about Twitter.
Okay.
And like you can get into like I'm a big Browns fan, so like Browns Twitter is one of the most insane places you'll ever see in your entire life. And so you can go in there and like anytime you go, oh, Browns Twitter, like that's not even a real thing. It's like go just hashtag Browns anything once and your life will be changed. So same thing with
there's
Black
a
Twitter.
Black Twitter and a Brown Twitter. Browns, he said.
Wow.
He made sure to say Browns Twitter. No, man, it's Brown Twitter. You don't know to
It's
go
just
to
walking.
Brown. No.
So okay, we got the female orgasm. Any myth that you thought it was a myth, but you turned out like, holy crap, that's real? Anyone?
Project
Molly,
Paperclip.
Is the orgasm for females, is that a myth?
She doesn't know.
Is it a myth?
Yeah.
Yeah, she thinks
Like
so.
he says.
She'll let you know if she ever has one.
It's definitely
I mean,
real.
I don't think it's a myth, but if it, I mean, I don't know.
She's had to have
Oh.
had at least one to fake it, right? Like you need to know like where that point is. Like somebody's got to be like, oh, this is where I got to get to at least. Fake
I used
it, right?
to think if someone
I
had
thought-
kids, that woman obviously had an orgasm for the
Mhm.
egg to pop out.
Yeah,
I was
that's
a kid. I
Yeah.
thought that.
You have a kid, and I don't think
You've
you've
got
ever given
3.
anybody an orgasm. I'm saying you will.
No, I definitely have. I know. I don't think it's a myth. You
Can we
don't
talk about
claiming that
it was
it's a myth?
Ben?
Let me
How
tell
did
you.
you?
Let me talk to him about his mom and her orgasms.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
How did you get so good looking compared?
It's my mom. It's I don't know. It's the Jersey part of me.
Are you kidding me? I used to look like that when I was that age.
no.
Yeah, what happened, bro?
no.
Life. Father time
You're
is a
supposed to
bitch.
say that it's the kid's fault.
No, it's not.
No, I'm
It's
just
not.
kidding.
Do you feel weird looking at your future though, Ben?
I don't think. I think he'll hold together better. Than
No, that's why they make drugs and alcohol.
There you
Just
go.
gotta go with it.
Jeff in our last one says that he would grow an arm on his lower back so he could enjoy giving himself a reach around while making pancakes.
You grow it where you
Second
cut it
time
off, right?
reach around
You can't
was-
just grow what you
No,
want where
yeah,
you want.
Well,
He just redefined the question.
Oh, he's
I-
just gonna
But while he's cooking,
have an
Yeah, cooking pancakes. That sounds
splattering,
dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
splattering.
but
blood.
also you have 2 hands. How many hands do you need to make pancakes?
Well, he
Just the
wants
one to
for the
flip
it.
rubber
Yeah.
round.
Yeah.
I just don't think he
Oh,
knows.
you
he masturbates with 2 hands though.
I just don't think he knows how to
Listen,
masturbate or make.
I think it's just nice to be surprised sometimes with a reach around. You know, you're not expecting it. You get the third hand coming through. Oh, hey,
Third
hey,
hand
you
be like
okay?
a stranger. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
does
know,
it act on its
exactly.
own like?
I'm a little offended that because I can't grow an arm out of my back because I have
Arthritis, it'll never work.
Oh, maybe it would fix the arthritis.
It would be all.
So
Just like,
the thing that
Rub it in.
separates your 2 brains is called the corpus callosum, and in psychology,
Whoa.
we talked to somebody who was
Smarty
having so
pants.
many seizures
Spell
that
it.
they cut it.
Spell it.
Corpus callosum. Anyway, they do it in extreme cases to stop the seizures between the
Okay.
brains. But what happens is this guy was telling stories that he has no impulse control over half of his body.
Ooh.
So he was on a bus and his one hand, he had to pee, was starting to undo everything to pee on the bus. And he had to use his left hand to fight that side of his body
Oh.
till he could get
Wow.
home because he was literally pulling his dick out and could
'Cause
not
the
control
one
it.
side was pure impulse.
Yeah, and the other side was like,
If
It
you
was
had to
just
pee.
And if that
Interesting.
happened in the subway in New York, no, it
Nothing,
would be
just-
normal because that happens every day.
Yeah.
I've seen clips.
That's crazy.
Hey,
Guys just
shout out
jerking
to that
off.
guy for the reach around prompt because I just learned something. And I was like, come for the reach
Gotcha.
around pancakes.
That's
Leave with
Jeff.
Well,
like
it can also scratch your balls just while
you're
looking
not
at
even
pancakes,
thinking about
yeah.
it.
Yeah, there you go.
But there's so many
Does it?
better things you can do with an extra hand
That
than
dirty
get a
hand could wipe your ass for you. That's the
like,
dirty one.
That's more impressive than getting a my problem.
Do you know
with
how
it
insulting it would be if
the
somebody spun around
pancake.
and smacked you with the ass wiping hand?
that is not serve safe certified. My problem is the closeness to food. I don't want that.
that's why it's on your back. It's different if it's on the back.
Yeah, but
it's
your
away.
dick's still on the front of you. Like it doesn't matter.
He's just growing, and he'll grow another dick back there.
He's not opening up a 5-star Michelin
all-
restaurant, all right? Let's
all
just
your
let him
shit
jerk off in the
down
kitchen.
constantly.
Right.
And before you know it, you got a bigger dick.
Because
Might
of the
gotta
weight.
have a foreskin just
What
from
is
the
going
weight.
on here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can we-
Thanks, Jeff Lampton.
Yeah, we're getting Jeff
Jeff's
Lampton
going to
in
be
here.
on the show coming up pretty soon too. So in person, he will
Oh,
be
is
here.
he? We get to
with,
meet him?
with pizza and beer. He's bringing it.
All right.
I wouldn't eat anything that he brings.
Jeff's agreeing with you, Ben.
Keep that fresh seal attached.
Did you touch that pizza?
I mean, I think pizzas at least take 2 hands to make. That's fine. I trust the 2-handed food, but this dude's making. He needs a third hand for a 1-hand food.
Any life lessons you learn the hard way? The hard way.
Yeah, don't answer a text from Will at 8:30 on a Saturday.
Get thrown into this mess.
Instant regret.
No, this is
That.
great.
Okay.
I don't know. Don't go to college.
That's what I have written down right here. Don't go to college.
I've
That the
used it
fucking
for
hard
7
way.
months. Yeah.
I don't know, Ben. What did you think of your college time?
Oh, my college experience was good. I enjoyed it.
Look at him.
I would say,
Of course, his college was great. Holy shit.
He was in Madison, man.
Walking around in Madison looking like that.
Yeah, his basement's bigger than my entire apartment. So I mean, he's doing it right. I wasted I had fun in college. I liked college, but I haven't used it in the real world. So.
Okay.
I did, but then I left that and I'm not working in that career path anymore.
She was going to be a computer programmer, and now she's selling cardboard boxes.
Well, wait a
Yep.
second. What happened?
What?
What? Yeah, why didn't you follow
aren't
your
you
dream?
doing that?
Computer fad, you know.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not going to be around tomorrow.
That's
Look,
not-
I got offered a salaried position that was offering me more than I was
Oh, she's
making
a
in IT.
whore. She's a whore. She won't follow her dreams over money.
They wouldn't pay me what I was worth.
But is
Basically,
she a
what it came
whore
down
that
to.
has an orgasm?
No.
Yeah, I can see why you fake orgasms.
She's a whore.
And this is what he says on the internet.
Oh, he doesn't care.
And this is the
I
thing.
don't care.
That is his ride or die bitch. She backs him up at every turn, and he refuses to back her up. That's
He
a real
does.
alpha move.
Always.
That's
Yeah.
an alpha move, bro.
She wanted my gummies, and I said no because I have them timed out for the week.
She would give
and
you.
she would fuck up my Wednesday,
she would
Thursday
give you
thing.
the shirt off of her back, and you tell her no.
No, I don't want that.
no.
All right. Would you tip a robot bartender?
Fuck yeah.
No.
So we have a robot bartender that tells you jokes while it's mixing your drink. It can mix 120 drinks an hour. And
How many jokes can it mix?
I don't know that part.
I
Does
don't.
it-
That scares me.
So you're supposed to tip it because it's telling you jokes?
Well, would you? I don't know if you have to.
I mean, it's a robot. So you're basically tipping the programmer.
Do you
yeah,
tip
yeah.
the gas pump after you like prepay it? It's basically the same thing.
Oh, trust me, they get their cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to tip them.
And now they got the like TV there showing you all these commercials.
If
Be
it's a
paying you for that.
female and it'll let me touch its tits, I'll give it a tip.
Please tip your
It's a
robot
robot.
bartender.
It's a female robot.
I could see if they. So let's say they framed it as like the guy who has to come in and fix the robot bartender. If that's
He
what it
gets
is,
all the tips.
I could see that point. But then, I mean, I also know every bartender that I've ever met is shady as fuck and is probably skimming off the top of those robot tips.
Yeah.
Oh,
So here you
you're
go.
right.
Do you have to tip a robot bartender?
Hmm.
It would save you some money because I normally tip good, but a robot if you tip, see, that's why you can't have a robot
Does the
bartender.
robot give you better service if you tip
Yeah.
it?
If you
But
tip
you-
big,
but
All
it's
the drinks.
a
Yeah.
robot. You
Come
don't
on.
have to tip it. You don't have
Is
to
it going
Right,
to give me extra olives?
Does
for
it
the
change
drinks?
the level of service you get? if
Yeah,
you
does it
tip
get it to you quicker if
Yeah.
you tip it?
Oh,
that's
there
what I'm
you
saying.
go.
If you
It
tip
might
a
be-
bartender and there's a line, they will pull you out of that line
it
and say,
might
this
be
guy's tipping.
programmed to
Yeah.
hook you up. Will
Oh,
you
you'd
be
have
a
to program.
mensch and tip a bartender?
It's a robot.
so that we will ever get our drinks.
Tell me you're not being a mensch.
I never am. I was a mensch one time.
One time.
Yep.
Jeff says he needs to keep a hand on the pan while you're flipping the pancakes, so you do need 2 hands.
No, use a spatula. What are we doing? I'm gonna teach. I was gonna say I'll teach this dude how to make pancakes, but I don't want to be in his kitchen.
This is just this is a spider web.
Yeah, he'll be like,
I'll
make.
I don't know how to make.
Oh, I made some Cinnabons before you come here. Don't worry about the glaze that's on them. Like, damn, dude.
That sounds like Lampton. It definitely does.
All right, moving on.
I don't even know Jeff, and I'm gonna block him after I'm done.
Any urban legends you were afraid of as a kid growing up?
Aliens.
Yeah,
You're
I
afraid
was-
of them?
I was terrified of. Like, my mom took me to Signs too early, and then
Ooh.
I also feel, I don't know, it's like one of those like weird repressed like parents fighting things. So I think I kind of put like let's make this real, like the guy jerking himself off on the train or whatever. But like I would just like be terrified of like any lights because I would think that the aliens could see in, and then like with Signs when it like walked across the screen, I was fucking bugged by
How
aliens
old
for a
were
long
you
time.
when she
Yeah.
took you to see that?
The year that it came out, so maybe like 8 or 9, I think.
Oh, geez.
I'll have to see when it came out.
wow.
Yeah, I was way young.
Yeah,
Signs
because
2002. I was 12. All right, so that's that's
12.
unreasonably scary.
that movie is yeah.
So I was a giant puss. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
We had Goatman, but I wasn't afraid of him like the other kids were because I'm like, so it's a little thing with little goat legs and a goat head, but because I was a big kid growing up. I'm like, I'll fuck that thing up. What are you guys worried about, man? It's a 3-4 foot tall goat man. Who
Yeah.
cares? Like,
Are people afraid of hodags like when they're kids? That's a thing that I learned about in Rhinelanders. Those hodags. Is that like something to scare kids to like behave when you're in the middle of
Wendigos
the
and
woods?
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Not
Those I'm
most
more
of the
afraid of, but-
country, people don't know what a hodag is.
No,
I didn't
they
until I
got
went
like
up there.
Jersey Devil, and
Right.
there are.
Yeah.
I think Hodag is made up, right?
I don't. Yeah,
It was
I
make
thought it was
believe.
a
Somebody
sandwich.
left a statue of a Hodag, and then he told a story about it. He came out saying he was lying, but everybody liked it so much that now they have Hodag festivals.
I thought it was a sandwich. I'm like,
Hodag
hodag, those are
sounds-
delicious.
Sounds good.
That's a hoagie.
It's a marinara.
Hoagie. Yeah.
Ben, do you know what a hodag is?
I had no idea. No
Yeah,
clue.
I'll get you a Hodag.
They're interesting. It's like it's a big Rhinelander thing. I did a show up there, and then somebody's like, "We need to go find a hodag to take a picture with," and I was
Yeah.
just went down a whole hole of hodag
The
information.
rabbit hole.
Rabbit hole is what I was like. Well, like
Yeah.
Mothman, not to
Hodag
like change
hole.
it, but like
Is that-
Mothman, I think they found out might be real because they've been like
Yep.
seeing those at
It's
airports
Chicago
and shit. Yeah.
now.
Tom's seen Mothman.
I've seen them all. Man.
You have?
I got a story about that. Yeah, I told it on
Was he eating your sweater?
Dr. Destruction when we did his show.
Was he eating your sweater?
Oh, here's a Hodag
Yep.
right here. What's the Hodag? Rhinelander, lucky to visit, come across mischievous beast.
So they're mischievous, not scary. That's
Oh,
good.
they're mischievous.
No, it was okay. This is trying to sell you Hodag
prank
merchandise, but the
you.
Hodag was a hoax.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
that's what they all say.
Yeah. But have you heard the theory that you can believe something into existence?
Yeah.
Like they
Isn't
think
that a
now.
culpa or a
Yeah, they think now Slender Man is actually real because so many people believed it, and now all of a sudden they have sightings. And
Can I tell
videos
you
of
how
Slender
it's
Man.
so I moved to Waukesha last July, and I was you like hear things to like your side. I was like, oh, Joe Schobert grew up in Waukesha, that's cool. Like all that other stuff. And then we're like sitting there, and I was just, once we already moved, I had like Googled it, and I was like, the fucking Slender Man, like actual murders happened here.
yeah?
And I was so excited, which is like very weird.
Yeah.
And I brought it up at work, and they're like, yeah, it was like a really painful time for
I
everybody
don't
here.
think it was
I was
a
like, I'm
murder.
so
I
sorry.
think the girl lived. You talking about those two girls?
Yeah,
stabbing
did she live?
Yeah,
I thought they
she-
murdered her.
No,
Oh.
she lived. They stabbed her
They
a
stabbed
bunch.
her a bunch.
They
Well,
stabbed
but
the
I
shit
think-
out of her.
Sorry to give her the clout she didn't deserve.
She lived through it. That's some clout.
I like how Ray just keeps saying anything he says gives them clout. He's very humble.
yeah.
Nice.
All right, we have to ask this question once again because I obnoxiously had to do it. Is cleaning the stovetop part of doing the dishes, Molly? when she said
I
she did
feel
the dish.
so called out.
It is. Here we go, working on issues again in relationships.
I
Do you
just-
consider that part
It's
of doing
part
the
of it.
dishes?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
It's usually when I do it, but if somebody said please clean up the dishes, I would just assume that's a separate task. But I'll like bonus. It's like tipping the robot bartender. Like the bonus of being nice and like asking me nicely instead of being like, "Hey, go clean up the dishes." Would
Well,
be
why would that even come into your mind unless it was part of the task?
I don't because it's in the kitchen. It's in
Why
the
don't
same
you
spot.
sweep my floor? You're in the kitchen.
No,
you don't
that's
do
diff-
that. you
It's
see?
not at the same level. Like dishes and
cooked.
stovetop are at the same
Yeah, you've
level.
cooked on that stove. You want to clean up whatever mess is there.
Some
So
of the
stove
pots
is
may
part of the
be
dish,
still on
right?
the stove.
I think it's definitely part of doing the dishes.
Absolutely.
And then why
just
do you
forgot?
forget all the
I
time?
forgot.
All the time.
I'm saying it's part
if
of
you
it.
gave
I
her an
forgot.
orgasm, she would probably remember more.
All right. I'm going on Craigslist. I'm going to find a guy to get you an orgasm, Molly. That's how much I love you. I'm going to film it and put it on OnlyFans.
It'll be on
OnlyFans.
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 Along with her.
God,
Along
Come
with her
on,
feet.
man. That deserved way more credit than you got for it.
All right. What is your death row last meal? We'll wrap it up with that one.
Oh, fuck.
Death row last meal.
Ben, you want to take this one and I'll go next?
Yeah, I'd probably have like a lobster and surf and turf, man. Lobster tail and some steak.
And crab for you?
I was expecting it to take longer. How often do you sit around thinking about what your last meal would
Well, it's
wanna
kind of
be?
like what's your favorite meal that you would want?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess pizza then?
How about something that takes a real long time to eat?
What about something that you've always wanted to
Rice,
try?
1 grain at a time. I want to.
Something that you wouldn't normally get for yourself. Like
No, what if it's
What
sucks
Yeah,
your
that's
last
Hate it,
meal?
yeah.
You can't
That's true.
explore on your last meal.
No, you wouldn't want some like Wagyu beef, like
I think like a Red Baron shitty frozen pizza would be perfectly fine.
Oh,
mac and cheese.
You know,
Yeah, just
Okay.
like some sort of like stoner meal that you're like, all right, this is a good
Yeah.
capstone.
some mac and
Kinda
cheese, cheesecake for dessert.
I'm kind of rethinking it. I'm thinking now that I want something that would give me really bad diarrhea. So then
Yeah.
I have to clean that shit
I'm going
up.
with the hottest wings
It's
I've
not
ever
going to
had.
happen. The
Yeah, am I
diarrhea is not gonna
innocent?
happen
Like, am I
right away.
actually innocent or am I actually guilty of this crime?
Well,
Is
that-
that
Well, you're gonna die, so
Doesn't matter.
it's like
Doesn't matter.
scheduled tomorrow. At this point, you're getting the last meal.
well, but with that, I would almost want to be like, fuck you, I was innocent. I'm gonna have diarrhea. But if I know in my heart of hearts that I actually did it, then I'm like, all right, let's at least get like give me like that 2 cheeseburger meal from McDonald's or something. Like I earned this shitty meal.
I like the 2 cheeseburger meal.
So
Yeah.
number 2.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
Jeff
but-
says there's a cool series on YouTube about death row inmates' last meals,
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
and that one of the most popular items is steak or chicken.
Fried
Fried
chicken.
Fried
chicken.
chicken.
Fried
Ooh,
chicken.
chicken fried steak might not be a bad
I
one
like
either.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, with the country gravy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Just bring me all of Cracker
I
Barrel.
want something that doesn't exist anymore. I want the Arby's Big Montana.
Cracker Barrel for the cracker.
I want them to dig up like the Big Montana from Arby's. I want McDonald's fries with the Szechuan sauce that you have to fucking look in somebody's old broken down
I
car
didn't even know there
glove
was such a
compartment.
thing.
You never had the
Szechuan sauce?
Szechuan?
Probably do the you can request a McRib, then you have to wait for it to
Wait,
come out again.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be take some months.
There's this
bowl
one dude
of-
ordered a bowl of dirt.
Yeah, let's get this nap started.
What's Jeff's death row meal? I mean, he already wants jerk off pancakes in his regular life. What's this dude's
Yeah, can I cook my
death row meal?
meal?
What
Can
what
you
you
cook
getting,
it?
Jeff?
On my grandma who's dead, that big cake she used to make. I want that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'd go for some red beans and rice with
Like some
hot
lemon
smoked
cake?
sausage and cornbread.
I do like cornbread. Do you like, since you're from the South, do you like sweet cornbread or do you like, I love like the Cracker Barrel bone dry. I need like a glass of
sweet
water.
Cornbread's not. It's all right, but I
Yeah.
prefer to not have it sweet. Yeah, I like a little jalapeno in mine.
Okay, that makes
Here's
sense.
Jeff.
All right.
All you can eat buffet and never
Stop
stop eating. So they couldn't kill me. There
Well, you
we
would
go,
die
Jeff.
from eating too much,
Yeah, you
Jeff.
would.
Use
Yeah,
your
you would
fucking
That's
explode
brain.
yeah,
if
but
you
that's
never
going out
stopped
on
eating.
your terms. That's like
You're-
saying fuck you to the
Your
hangman.
gluttonous
I don't know.
terms.
Yeah. Eat myself to death.
Yeah, I
Eat
think you
myself
would-
until the chair's too small
I
for me
think
to
you
sit
would
in.
suffer from eating too much, don't you think? You'd suffer more to die that way.
No, I would be like, give me a whole raw blowfish. I know that kills people.
Could you
I'm
eat
just
just
gonna
like
eat the
one grain of
blowfish.
rice
Hold the
that I
hootie.
just
Give me a Argentinian stoner toad. Just let me lick it. Lick it.
Oh, yeah.
Just eat 1 grain of rice at a time.
Don't worry. You guys don't have to lethal inject me. I brought my own drugs. We're going out.
Toad licking. I
says
wanna
toad
try
licking.
that.
Purge in the middle and binge
Okay.
of the binge.
All right.
I wouldn't even want to be nowhere near Jeff's leg.
No.
It'd just
No.
be
He's
horrible.
gonna be purging out of both ends.
Oh, goodness.
Just stuff in his face.
I'm living life. I want to be there for that.
I know, man. Buffet food is never very good.
Oh, the hangover China buffet was always my go-to.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
hangover cure. Yeah, you get them lo mein noodles. Just you ain't even got to chew them, man. You just
You didn't call them.
pelican them down.
You didn't call them cup of life noodles.
Cup of life noodles.
Why don't you chew them though? Don't you
'Cause
enjoy
In case you're gonna
just-
puke again, it's a lot more fun.
coming up whole?
Whole.
How do you know?
That's more fun. That sounds
Noodles.
awful.
He
And you gotta
come
pull them out.
Oh,
Fucking gross.
MSG. Ugh. Oh my
Still
God.
tastes good. Yeah. You just re-soy sauce that shit and throw it down again.
Put a little teriyaki on it.
All right, check out Big Laugh Comedy Network. We're not on Roku TV anymore.
What? What happened?
I don't know. They didn't pay the bill.
Oh shit.
So, but we're still on Big Laugh Comedy.
Big Laugh Comedy. We also
gonna get that.
YouTube.
Yeah, we're all over the place, aren't we, Mao?
We are
Mal's
all
working
over
on the
place.
TikTok. We bought a GoPro so she can watch me do shit.
Get stuck on that a little bit there, huh?
I
Yep.
put my retainer in this morning, and it's kind of
You're
fucking
not used to it.
No.
No.
Twisted Dreams Film Festival, October 14th to the 16th. We're gonna have Lloyd Kaufman there already, and another A-lister, but we don't know
Ray
who
would
yet.
love that. They're the producers of that.
Yeah.
Twisted Dreams Film Festival. All those scary movies.
You know,
that-
like
Yeah.
Toxic Avenger and
I'm a huge fan of scary movies.
Yeah.
Pop Culture Podcast every Thursday. Hey, we had burlesque dancers on a couple days
we
ago.
were
You
supposed
missed
to
it.
have them
did.
on today.
Well,
Yep.
we had some on the pop culture.
Everybody
Listen,
tuned in for El May. And
I
they're
would
like, what
just
the
like
fuck?
to say,
Don't worry,
El
she's coming.
May, you owe me a pair of panties, sweetie.
Oh. And we got to film a Movies with Mark coming up Wednesday
Yes,
again.
we're watching Raging Bull. Great movie, Raging Bull. So we'll be talking about that, and then we're gonna record it. It's not gonna be live, but this week, so that'll probably be coming out whenever Molly gets around to it.
Molly's a little behind on that, but
That's
Yeah.
all right. That's
I
all
hope
right.
Mark's doing better. He caught the Rona and
Yeah, he did. He
he
caught
fought
the
through it.
Rona, and he actually did a show with us, the last one we did, where he was sick with the Rona, and he said he was working through it. So
and he's doing good.
we're hopeful. Have you talked to him recently?
No.
No.
Oh,
Well,
not that she'll admit. They
Molly,
have
you
a private
should-
back channel.
You should just inquire on how he's feeling.
Okay.
Let him know we care.
All right, here we go. Sugar Ray, tell us a little bit about you and your podcast I heard about.
Is this so? I've
Yeah,
been
let's
doing
do it.
I've been doing interviews for a new job, and they're always like, "So,
Tell us about yourself.
yeah,
What the
so
fuck
tell
you
us
wanna
about
do?
your like with no lead in.
No
Tell us,
lead-in.
hey, give
let's
us
do
the
this.
last 31 years of Ray Roberts' life."
Yes.
Yeah, Ray Roberts.
So he's 31.
I'm 31,
31.
about to turn 32 here in a couple months. Shout out to my girlfriend; it's her birthday today.
Happy
And you
birthday.
left her to come here?
I had to, yeah,
Hey,
dedicated to the game.
Say her name.
boom.
I'm not gonna say her name
You wanna
on
say
this.
her name?
No, I don't. I'm already.
She
I'm
knows who
blocking
she
half
is.
of the people watching right now, so I'm not putting her name.
On a show called Off the Rails.
No, that's
good.
she lives with me already. It's bad enough.
No.
Well,
But
you
You're
live
living
with
in
her.
sin.
yeah, obviously.
Well,
I've been
happy
with
birthday
this
to
one for
her.
12 years.
12 years.
12
12
years.
years.
We're at. Come on, Ray. 6 years? Yeah,
6 years?
6 years
Halfway there,
December,
man.
There
This
you
is
go.
your future.
When you go put a ring on that girl's finger.
Never. That's
Yeah.
one of our agreements. She knows
Yeah.
that we're
There's no advantage to getting married
We
anymore.
don't plan on it.
unless
really,
like if I
either.
get her pregnant at some point and like
You'll
we're
do
running
the
out
right
of time,
thing.
not yeah, make insurance cheaper. Is that the right thing?
Yeah.
that's-
absolutely.
Take on my college debt.
Let's get
yeah,
the
the right
government
thing.
involved
Yeah.
in this shit.
That'd
Yeah.
be the only time.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I got my podcast. It's called the Comedy and Mushroom Cult Podcast. It's a good time if you like absolute nonsense and
Sounds
ADHD. Yeah, it's
Perfect.
Mushroom cult? What's that?
comedy. Well, so the whole idea. So I did I had a real crazy mushroom trip, and it changed my life for the better. Yes,
We're
it's
doing
good.
that soon, Mao.
This is the dairy state. There's cow shit everywhere. Where do we get them?
You can grow them in your apartment, allegedly. And
We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah, my last batch didn't work out too well, so we're going back to the drawing board. Not that I would ever know how to do anything like that.
Totally organic, man.
But yeah, it's my idea. Like, I just don't trust anybody to fuck with my own brain except for me. So then I kind of just took it upon myself, and then it kind of, I was like a giant asshole for like a long time in my life, and then it cleared up a bunch of things, and then I thought it'd be fun because I read a book about how like all of the
ego.
It kills your ego.
Yeah, psychedelics do it. It kind of changes your brain.
But like all of the world religions can be traced back to like this one, like Elysium, I think is how you say it. Like back in Greece, like people would go back there, and it was just like a big mushroom festival, and like people like all of like your what is it when you go to Mecca and like walking like
pilgrimages.
Yeah, that's like the whole thing is like the pilgrimage to Elysium or whatever it was called. That's like what all of it was based around. And like this guy, it's called I forget what the book's called, but it's like he goes to like the Catholic Church and goes in like all of their archives and like gets all of this like proof to like what the whole mystery was. So I was like, I read this and I was like, all right, we're for sure doing this. And then after I went through it, I was like, how cool would it be to like do a cult breakdown of like all these cults and then just be funny. And then like every good plan, it just flies to the wind when me and my buddy get involved. So like from time to time, we'll do like a breakdown of like some sort of religion or something. Like we were supposed to have like a Mormon missionary come on and talk to him, but he like bailed at the last minute. But then we'll just like talk about nonsense. So it's a lot of fun. It's very improv-y. It's very, if you don't like a complete thought for a whole time, like it's a great podcast for you. You can tune in and listen to it pretty much everywhere. It doesn't do live or anything like that, but it's fun. It's a good time. And we usually complete thoughts, but it's just not a linear idea.
Where can you find it?
Everywhere.
Everyone knows where to find
Spotify.
The thing about mushrooms, though, like there's a theory. I think it's Terrence McKenna that said that evolution may have been triggered by psychedelic mushrooms.
Yeah, the expansion of like the frontal cortex, I think it grew like 25% in like a crazy amount of time that it should have taken a lot less time. But that was like the basis behind this book. I'll have to look it up. And it's like they think that because beer was one of the only things that was like able to be drank regularly because of the fermentation killing all of the germs and everything. But if you get a weird crop or whatever, the ergot that grows on the wheat and all that is a prime thing for LSD and mushrooms. And like, that's one of the big things that they think that the Salem witch trials was like because of ergot poisoning, because people were just tripping balls for like a long time.
She's making fire.
Yeah. So it was like,
there's nothing there.
So they think that,
possible.
yeah, like when beer like started getting regular and like a bunch of like when agriculture was like a big thing, they think that getting into like mushrooms growing from the cow shit or like ergot being in certain drinks, like they thought that was like God talking to them because they had never
Moses in the burning bush. Come on.
Well, it's an acacia bush is what they say, and that's where DMT comes from. So I mean, there's a lot of, and it's like one of the, that's what the book, I'll look it up. It's by Brian.
So we could just be worshiping somebody's fucking trip.
Pretty much. And but like it's also, and that's kind of the basis of his book, is he grew up Catholic, and that's what like the I'm confirmed Lutheran, so I'm gonna mess it up. Like the bread and wine, they think that used to actually be like the bread would be mushrooms, and then the wine would also be like a psychedelic drink that they mixed into wine. So like his big thing is like once they kind of tried to sterilize the Catholic Church back when they like were making the Bible and making it for everybody instead of just people who could do it. That's when it kind of broke down. And his big thing was like, all right, if you're gonna want to keep people interested in God or in like religion period, you're gonna have to go back to like when it like you go to church to feel something instead of just a song. So like that's what like the whole mass was all about, was supposed to like give you a good set and setting, which is important in things. But I don't know, we can talk about just tripping balls for hours if you want.
Yeah, well, the last time I did mushrooms was in Amsterdam, and I had a great time, man.
Yeah, it's best.
Like, and then it does, like when you said you were a giant
asshole. It didn't kill your ego though. It went the other way because you are the alpha male.
Other assholes should really, but I think if your head's not on straight, it's gonna really fucking be a bad trip. So
yes,
I'm worried about doing it around Molly, because what if I just come to and she's dead?
The Immortality Key is the name of the book.
Immortality.
Immortality Key, the secret history
Cancel
of
us. We
religion.
are spreading
Just
disinformation here.
Try doing some Molly with Molly first.
What?
Molly?
No, that,
Don't do that. That explodes your neurons. to
Molly's
get all
not
that
doing
shit going
crazy
on.
things.
Just drink water while you're on Molly. It's all right. You'll survive.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, it's not that crazy.
No,
Just drink water.
I'm horny for
No, thank
mushrooms
you.
right now.
Yeah, mushroom. It's
I am so horny
well,
for
that's
mushrooms
it. Like people
right
are
now.
like, oh, I had mushrooms and had a great time, and it's like I've done mushrooms like a handful of times, and it's been great. Like afterwards,
hard
like
to choke down.
but I've never had fun on them while on them. But like
What?
after like a week after, you're like I'm a much better person. I tell people it's like 5 years of therapy in like 3 to 4 hours. Like I'll lay in bed and cry and then just like come out of it and I'll be like, all right, I want to love everybody. And then like 2 weeks later, like it's one of
You
those
need it.
fun ones where you don't want to do it all the time. Like weed's great because you can just like do it and then like 2 hours later you're fine. So like you want to do it again. But mushrooms almost like that barrier to entry is like you can't get addicted to it. Like because it's not, I mean, it is fun sometimes, but like once it's like real woo-woo and nonsense.
Once in
But,
a
like,
great while.
What if you had sex on mushrooms?
I'm sure it's great. Like
Yes,
people say
it
it's
is.
great, but like
hard to do.
yeah, like when,
It's hard to do.
not
It's
when
really
I've
hard to do.
done them, I've been like, I just want to be alone under a blanket, and I
Really?
want to, and it'll
mean,
just be like, yeah, the spirits. I mean, that's the only way to really say it. Is like they'll teach you your lesson like in an hour. Every once in a while, they'll be like, here's the lesson that you came for. Now here's some lights for 2 hours, and that's kind of cool. But
No, because
I don't want to go
it's like
outside.
you realize those spirits are always around you,
Yeah.
but you're only able to see them when you're doing the mushrooms, and they reveal a lot to you.
And
Well,
that-
now I'm
It's
scared.
enlightening. It's very enlightening. I think
And
it's
it-
always it's a mind fuck and it's fun.
Well, and the thing that got me the most is I don't know if anybody's read Slaughterhouse 5. What was it? Where like they're
I
all
played that video game.
where they said
that was
everything is like
Splatterhouse.
happening all at one time and like time's not a linear thing. It's like made up of moments. And like I don't know if that was just like buried in my brain somewhere, but like part of like the first trip was like, all right, cool. You've got like some issues in your past and you're like scared about the future. Well, we'll take it. Like it took me to like space. And then like, you remember like the old Windows, like media player where like you could slide the bar and it was all like trippy and shit. It was like, all right, we're going to slide back to this time in your life when it was terrible and then make you watch it. And like, you can't like turn it off and you have to deal with it instead of like, all right, I'm going to go. Cause I used to be like a big drunk too. So it was like, now you can't drink away your feelings. You have to like sit and deal with it. All right, that's done. Now let's go to the next one. And then like it slides to the future and it's like, all right, and same like with Slaughterhouse 5. It's like this all already happened. Like it's already happened. You're freaking out about nothing. Just like enjoy the ride. And it's like it is not everybody should do it because I mean it could put some people in a mental
if
hospital
your
and
head
people
is
stab
fucked up.
people. But like it's
Enjoy
one of those
the
things.
ride,
Yeah.
though. I like that.
It's
Should
a
I do
good
it? What do you
Oh
think?
yeah, I think
Yeah, you should.
Don't
Yeah,
do it
that's what we
together. Like I could not imagine me and my
Oh, I'm
girlfriend
not-
got in a big fight.
no.
Yeah, like my girlfriend
Not doing
came
it.
in and like she walked into the bedroom the one time and she was like she was trying to be nice and like sensitive, but she was like sneaking. And I was like, you are a menace right now. Like I cannot deal with you in this space. Please go away. And then she would like come back in and just like giggle. And I'm like, you don't understand. Like
I'm busy crying.
Yeah,
under the
like,
covers.
you are fucking my entire world up right now. And so it's just I could not imagine her on it as well. But you need somebody and like have a safe spot. Like that's my bed is like, all right, when things start getting too intense, I'm just gonna go lay in bed and then it'll be done eventually. And then afterwards you're like, all right, cool, like we're good. It's
You know what
great.
they told me in Amsterdam, and the mushroom people were just the coolest, you know. And they spoke English well, and they said like, if you feel like you're getting too much, it's like too much of a trip, just have something sweet, and it'll bring you down. Enjoy your trip.
Yeah,
it's like okay.
So like keep some chocolate yoo-hoo or
Well,
something.
what we did was we said we're going to be out in the street and we're going to be walking around because when it hits, we want to be moving. We don't want to be sitting still. But then people were coming at us from all different directions, and they
That
were
wasn't
speaking
good?
all these different languages, and bikes were running by fast. It was like, we got to go
Oh,
back.
yeah.
and
get
like
a little-
the real world
it was
doesn't
a
exist.
little
Like
bit much.
trees are cool. Like your like whole like field of vision is different. So you're like, I don't know if this is a mile away or like right in front. It's like I had like a rough conversation with
The
my
woods are
bathroom
great,
floor.
though.
Like it was
The
wild.
woods are great though.
Yeah,
all
I'm sure.
mushrooms, Yeah.
I just don't like I'll because it makes me pee a lot. Like that's a thing. And like the pattern in my like bathroom floor is like it looked like the pattern of the bathroom floor that I had when I was growing up. So then I like time traveled, and then like my girlfriend's knocked on the door. She's like, "You've been in the bathroom for 20 minutes. What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And it's like I'm getting a lecture from the floor.
balls.
Yeah, the floor is teaching me a lesson right now. All right, like let's chill and let me work this out.
Cool. Well,
really.
Yeah, sorry that I'm not a burlesque dancer.
No. Oh my
No, that
gosh.
was just as good.
we just went on a very interesting.
I want to go on a trip.
tangent.
It sounds like Jeff was able to masturbate anyway, so don't worry.
Yeah,
man.
Right?
Well, all right, Ray. Where do we find all your stuff? Your podcast. You got a website. You got.
Yeah,
You
Who
do
is-
comedy too, right?
I do comedy.
Yeah.
Whoisrayroberts.com is like the hub of everything. At Who is Ray Roberts on all of the social media stuff. But yeah, I mean, you can find my podcasts everywhere. I have another one that I do from time to time, but Comedy Mushroom Cult podcast is the one that's up there. And like we have other comedians on from time to time, but most of the time it's just me and my buddy talking shit. The last one was a lot of fun because we don't usually do any sort of politics or anything because neither one of us pay attention.
Right.
And like good Americans. And we figured out a lot about Ukraine and Joe Biden. We learned a lot about Joe Biden as well. But yeah, it was rayroberts.com.
That's a fun logo.
Yeah.
I learned a lot
Wow.
about Ukraine from that Seinfeld
Yogatation.
episode.
That's
Yeah, Yogatations. I started doing those. So like right before my yoga podcast, or I have a yoga podcast, but like right before my mushroom trip, I started doing yoga and meditating, and then the mushroom trip kind of made it a big thing. So I put a bunch of stuff on there.
album.
Very cool.
I got an album. It was #1 on Amazon for like a hot second. It's just like 15 minutes of jokes that worked once put together.
Cool.
So
I like it.
yeah.
Well, and I also have to say this: when we worked together on Saturday, that audience was a little rough, and they gave Corey a little bit of a hard time. He went out there and grabbed him by the balls, and the people that were heckling told him to shut the fuck up, and they laughed because like they wanted him to put them in their place,
Yeah.
and then he fucking commanded that room.
Yeah,
He did
you
a great
kicked ass
job.
that room. I watched your.
Well, he
your
set
show.
it up for
You
me.
said, "Hey, good job." Yeah, you almost killed the guy laughing. They made you cut your time short because they said you are responsible if that guy died.
Well, yeah, and then they were like, "All right, let's do an intermission right when we get the show right on the not to be like off the rails, but right when we
Yeah.
get the show back on the rails and like going, they're like, all right, let's take 30 minutes to make the bar more
Go
money, which is like
smoke
great,
and
but
Oh,
fine.
that
like,
drink
sucks.
and, yeah.
Never have a intermission.
Well,
in a
that's how
comedy
we
show.
do up here.
Whatever.
Where was that? Coleman?
Coleman.
It's
Coleman,
fine.
Wisconsin.
Shout
They
out
were
to
nice.
Bruno. It was
Shout
a
out to
great
Bruno,
venue.
yep.
It was a good. The only thing I didn't like was the intermission. And you're like, come on, man! Like we worked so hard. Like, and I petered out at the end because like whatever, they didn't like a god joke that I do. But
yeah, they did. They
it was-
did. Because they had the pastor.
yeah, the
was in
pastor was
audience.
there. Like bringing a child or a pastor to a show, you should have like you should be like, hey, the pastor's over there.
Yeah.
But no, like right once we got everything popping, they were like, all right, let's take an intermission and then let's
Aw,
let Will
come
whip
on.
them back up again. But
That's what Molly always says. Sex with me. Once she's ready to get going, it's like, hey, it's over, baby. I need 10 minutes and some Gatorade and a cigarette, and then I'll get back to you.
No, not the intermission.
You keep it going.
is that what you call it when he comes too early? It's the intermission.
The intermission.
That's what it's gonna be from now
Sometimes the intermission lasts a couple of days.
on. Not the intermission.
You guys got to get a dick pill sponsor for the intermission.
We're trying to get a sponsor of the
Sex robot.
sex robots.
Oh,
All right.
It's my goal.
All right, Ben. Well, thank you for coming on today, Ben. I hope you had some fun.
Thank you, buddy.
Great team.
You're looking great, man.
Yeah, man, the place looks good too, man. You got it set up pretty good down there in the basement, man.
Not bad. Not bad.
Olive, where's my girl?
There you go.
There's your girl.
There's my girl. Make sure you like and share. Tell everyone all about us.
Yeah. Wait, what's going on?
Tripping.
Did we kill Ray?
Yeah, I was like, why the fuck is Cher up there? And then like and share, and that is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I don't think we've ever killed anyone.
Oh,
with Cher
awesome.
before.
Like and share.
Oh,
All right.
happy.
Remember,
Oh, man,
universe, we're not good enough.
No.
Thank you.